I have a problem. Many people know it by various names, and it manifests differently in the life of each individual. For me, it forms a barrier between who I am and who I envision myself becoming. It holds me back from acting on my ambitions and making my lifelong dreams a reality. But if you're seeing this video, it means I've finally overcome it.
This video has been essentially 5 years in the making. Throughout my childhood, I've always had ambitions and elaborate ideas for creating digital media. Since I was very young, I've done all sorts of smaller video projects for school, extracurricular activities, family events, you name it. But I've always dreamt of taking things further, producing videos at a larger and more consistent scale that I can share with the world. And with everything from movies and documentaries to gaming and commentary videos, I've tried countless times to get started. Always brainstorming ideas and making plans, even writing detailed scripts, and in many cases even beginning with filming and putting things together. In the end though, all my attempts so far have failed and been abandoned at some point of the process, primarily due to this one critical obstacle.
In the famous Aesop's fable, a cat and a fox walking through a forest debate each other about their superiority in the unique methods and tricks they can perform to escape danger. The fox argues that he is much smarter and more cunning than the cat and can elude threats in hundreds of ways. The cat argues that he, although without as many options as the fox, is much swifter and can simply use the one trick he knows best to get away. Just then, as if to settle their quarrel once and for all, they hear a pack of menacing hunting dogs charging through the forest towards them. Within a second, the agile cat dashes up a nearby tree and is out of harm's way, while the clever fox lingers momentarily, analyzing and looking for the best way to evade the rapidly approaching hounds. In that critical moment, the fox is paralyzed by his overthinking and is caught by the dogs.
This phenomenon, known fittingly as analysis paralysis, occurs when individuals overanalyze a situation to the point that no decision is made or that a matter is deemed too complicated and abandoned. One may feel a need for a perfect solution or result, but end up stalling out and losing motivation along the way in this endless pursuit of the ambiguous ideal. This, I feel, best describes how I've approached creation for the past several years of my life. My constant overcomplication of every aspect of a project leads to an inability to make the necessary decisions and results in a total loss of motivation when the unachievable is naturally not achieved. This desire for the perfect product I have in mind makes it impossible to feel satisfied at almost any stage of the process, and so all the ideas in my head and project files on my hard drive fall victim to the same plague of perfectionism that dismantles all of my creative aspirations. And I have no doubt it does for many others as well. That's why I'm here making this video. Mostly as a proof to myself that after all these years of trying, I can actually go all the way through with it, but also as a source of potential understanding and motivation for others who may be hindered by the same obstacle. This is me breaking the barrier of beginning, finally publishing something instead of just spending endless hours obsessing over every little detail of a project with no hopes of ever reaching the unreasonable expectations I've set for myself. This video is intentionally not my best work. It won't be as entertaining or visually appealing as I would like it to be, and it's almost certainly not viable for success in the algorithm, but I'm okay with that. In order to actually begin pursuing my goal of creating high-quality, entertaining, and thought-provoking content, this first phase is intended simply for me to enhance my skills and develop the necessary habits for larger-scale production. For the foreseeable future, this channel will solely be an outlet for me to express myself. I'll be creating and experimenting with content of all sorts of genres and subjects I'm interested in. Most importantly, I'll be prioritizing consistency and personal growth over perfection and statistical success. I have spent over a month working sporadically on this short video, in a constant struggle against the exact kind of self-sabotaging tendencies it's meant to address. That's why I'd like to close this off with a brief message of self-encouragement, like a personal anti-perfectionist manifesto to look back on at similarly difficult points as I begin this journey. And for you few who will ever see this, I hope you can extract some value and motivation for your own life as well.
You've got to get out of your head. You know you love doing this. It's something which brings you genuine, authentic joy. The whole process from planning, drafting, scrapping, and rewriting an inevitably embarrassing script, to awkwardly recording voiceovers in the closet like a little cave gremlin, to finally getting out there to record your shots, and then losing track of time in the post-production flow that eventually leaves you with an imperfect but finished product. Of course, you'll never be fully satisfied with it, but ultimately you'll feel happy that you've completed it regardless. That's all part of this process. Don't let the harsher voices within yourself that demand absolute perfection hold you back from actually doing what you both love and know is good for you. There's no benefit in focusing so much on a perfect result that you don't even end up going through with it at all. You will get better and grow closer to the standard you imagine for yourself, but for now you just have to actually do it for the sake of beginning the process to get there. Take it one step at a time, but progress consistently no matter what. Now that you have begun, the doors are open and opportunity is available to you. Overcome your fear of imperfection and take advantage while you still have the chance. One day you will look back on yourself with gratitude that you started when you did, and will reflect with pride that you've continued.